Good morning, students. Today we will discuss third chapter, production and employment. In this chapter, we will try to understand what is GDP and what relation does it have in the Indian economy. Now, in the sector of economic, we will see that numbers of people are engaged in different kinds of activities for their livelihood. Now, and those activities can be classified into three sectors of economic: agricultures, industries, and service sectors. Now, agriculture can be called as primary sector, and industry sector can be called as secondary sectors, and service sectors also called as territory sectors. Now those three sectors playing a very important role and contributing much toward the GDP. Now what is agriculture? Agriculture is nothing but mining, fishing and forestry is called agriculture. Now what is industry sectors? Industry sector is nothing but the numbers of people, the things or goods produced by the people using of different kind of tools and machines is called the industry sector. Now what is service sectors? Service sector is nothing but produce service in a production or service for people is called a service sectors. For example, a doctor who visits to the patient. For that we are paid for it. And take an example of a teacher who teaches a lesson. So what we are paying for that is called a service sector. Now how to estimate the gross domestic products? Now I told you what is GDP. No, GDP means gross domestic products. Now let us put a judgment and know the GDP, the gross domestic product of a family. Now let us take an example of a rich family and put a judgment. Now a rich family, we can identify the dress they wear, the vehicles they use to travel, and the food they eat, the house they live in. So by putting a judgment into the a rich family, we can know that the GDP of a particular family is very higher than the poor people. So now to know the GDP of a country, we can apply that the total value of final goods and service produced in a country during the particular year, that way we can call as a gross domestic products. Now how do we estimate GDP? Let us take an example of a farmer. A farmer who sells 10 kilogram of paddy per kg 25 rupees. So the total value he gets is 2,50,000. Let us take another example of a coconut seller. He sells 5,000 coconut and per coconut at 10 rupees. So he finds the total value 50,000. Now the question is, how do we estimate total value of goods and services? Now let us take an example of a farmer again. A farmer who sells 100 kg of paddy to a rice miller per kg 25 rupees. So a farmer, the total value of a farmer he gets is 2,500 rupees. Now what happens here? The rice miller, he separate the rice and by and he got the husk 20 kg, and by separating the rice he got 80 kg. So now he decided that he wants to sell 80 kg of rice per kg 40 rupees to a hoteler, and 20 kg of husk per kg 20 rupees to the hoteler. Now, the rice miller he gets is the final value is 3,600 rupees now. Now how to know, how to estimate? Now intermediary. Now what is intermediary? Paddy, rice and husk are called intermediate because they are used input to make the final goods here. Now what is final goods here? Idli and dosa are the final goods. So because by using of rice he got an idli and dosa, and by making of idli and dosa he used husk as a fuels. So he, by selling the item, hotel item idli and dosa, the hoteler, the final goods is 5,000 rupees here. Now to estimate the GDP, here all the physical input. What is the physical input here? Rice and husk are the physical input, and the final goods are idli, dosa. These are the final goods.